Hi everyone, Jason Schifrin here with Zahler Properties in Las Vegas, and on last week's episode we discussed how to beware of rental scams. During that episode I made a comment that you really shouldn't be renting after all, but I said I would discuss that on a later date. Well, I decided why wait, let's talk now. So why are you renting, I guess is really the question. You know, I always ask people this when they come to me and they say, can you help me find a rental? My answer is always, I can, but why? Well, I don't want, a commitment. Okay, well, what do you mean? Well, if I buy a home, I'm stuck there. If I rent a home, I'm only there for a year. I beg to differ. If you rent your home, you're stuck there for a year. If your plans change, if you get that job promotion that you've been waiting for that's relocating you, you're still in your lease for however long, much longer. If you own your home, you can always sell it. If at any time that you're, in your home ownership, you can sell your home, but you can't always just break a lease. You could always move, but you might still owe your landlord money. So buy the home. If your plans change in 8 months, sell it in 8 months. If you don't want to sell it, rent it to somebody who didn't watch this video or just is choosing not to listen and wants to rent anyway. Another thing I always ask, is, so why are you renting? Well, I don't want to pay a mortgage. Well, you're still going to pay a mortgage. I say this all the time. My broker Jeff says this all the time. Everybody in this office says this all the time. Just because you're renting doesn't mean you're not paying a mortgage. In fact, you are paying a mortgage, it's just not yours. So you're letting your landlord get all of the benefits of home ownership, and you're paying their mortgage. So I keep saying that, benefits of home ownership. Well, what are these benefits? Well, for starters, if it's your primary residence, there's insane tax benefits. A huge chunk of your mortgage ends up being tax deductible at the end of the year. That's huge. Let's say your mortgage is $1,500 a month as well. Well, you're paying $1,500 a month from the day your mortgage starts to the day you pay off the mortgage. Your landlord's not going to let you do that. In fact, my guess is your landlord is going to change your rent and raise it year over year over year over year. So if you stayed in that same home for 30 years, the person who bought the home next to you at $1,500 a month mortgage is paying $1,500 a month for 30 years. I'm telling you, after year 2, you're probably paying $1,550. In year 3, you'll pay $1,600, so on and so forth. Is that really what you want? Another thing people always say to me is, can you help me find a rental? Yeah, why? Well, I can't pay a down payment. Okay, if you can't pay a down payment, this is the exact reason why we need to be talking to you about home ownership versus renting. With the way the market is right now, rental deposits are nearing what a down payment costs. And at least with a down payment, I can get you in touch with a lender that's going to provide you with some down payment assistance to have that paid for you. And if you have a strong agent like myself working for you, well, I can negotiate some of those closing costs as well. In fact, I had a buyer about 3 years ago. She put down $300 and she owned the home. I don't think you can do that with a rental. Let's take an average rental of about $1,500 a month. You're going to owe first and last month, so we're at $3,000. You're going to probably owe at least 1 month of security, so we're at $4,500. Now let's add a $200 key deposit, a $300 cleaning deposit, a $500 pet deposit, and a $300 other deposit. We're at about $6,000 for you to rent the home, and there are no assistance programs out there for you. So if you can't afford a down payment, let's talk about other options to get you down payment money. Here's another thing. Jason, can you help me find me a rental? Yeah, why? Well, I'm not rich. I can't afford a home. I don't know where that started. Who thought that only the super, super wealthy can own a home? But that can't be further from the truth. In today's day and age, it is so easy to be able to become a homeowner. You just need to pick up the phone and give me a call, and I'm going to explain to you how. But if you have good enough credit for a rental, if you have money for a down payment, like I mentioned, for a rental security deposit, like I mentioned earlier, you have a steady job, steady income, good tax returns, etc., there's really no reason why you can't buy. And so what if your plans are to stay where you currently are for 2 years or 30? Let's at least have that money work for you. Last but not least, most people don't realize this. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to buy now because I think the market might turn. Well, first of all, neither you nor me have a crystal ball in front of us, so we actually don't know when the market will turn. I always say the best time to buy a home is when you are financially capable of buying the home, regardless of the market, whether it is a strong market and prices are the highest they've ever been, or if we go back to the 10, 11 years ago when everything just crashed. Here's why. Every month that you make your mortgage payment, or you have to move and somebody moves into your home and you're paying your landlord's mortgage, the owner of the home's equity gets bought down month over month over month, and you are now building a built-in savings account, liquid capital to add money to your net worth. You do not need to be rich to do this. If you can rent a home, you can own that same home for less and get all of the benefits. I'm Jason Schifrin with Zahler Properties. Give me a call if you'd like to talk about this more.